Hey everyone, it's Lene. Today is Sunday, March 17th, 2019. I don't have an outline for this video. I just wanted to try making a video without an outline. Well, I'm actually staying down in Pueblo, Colorado. I stayed here last night, did an Airbnb here. And it actually worked out because my host, she is out of town for the weekend, so I had the entire place to myself. I just had to get away from the craziness that's going on in Denver, and at the house where I live there's a lot of construction going on right now, and it's a pretty noisy environment. Lately, I've been really concerned about how things are going to fall into place for me. I'm really scared, to be honest. I did the best that I could. I saved a little money. I'm currently unemployed. But I have plans of going out to Nevada for a while to get a little further in my transition before I decide to live overseas, which is something that I've wanted to do now for a few years. But I want to have my name change already completed, my identification, my passport, all of that, before I actually go. I feel like if I stay in Denver, it's not going to be a good environment for me. And I would like to start going full time once I get out to Nevada, once I make it out there. And it's really hard because my voice, I need to work on that. That's definitely something that will alleviate some of my dysphoria. If I work on my voice, continue to do laser, especially on my face. I'm working out regularly, and I just feel like I'm not where I want to be in my transition to actually confidently present full-time as female. I was looking at a picture that I took here last year. I stayed here last May, which is 10 months ago now. That was 3 months before I started HRT. And I was looking at that picture that I took here in the bathroom mirror, and I took one last night and I compared the two. I do notice some difference. I definitely, I don't know, I look different now. I'm not proud of that picture that I took last year, and even the picture that I took last night, I still don't, I'm not completely satisfied with my physical appearance. I know that there will always be things that I struggle with. And I'm only 7.5 months on hormones. I want my fat to redistribute. I feel like my arms are way too muscular. They're not really big, but there's still a lot of definition in that area. And I feel like I have broad shoulders. And I never really thought I had broad shoulders until I realized that I was trans. I know I'm all over the place right now with my thoughts. A couple of nights ago, I was talking to my aunt. She was in town. She's originally from Mississippi, but she was visiting my parents down in Florida. Her and her granddaughter were. My parents live in Florida, as you may already know. I haven't seen her in about 8 years, and we were able to talk for a little while, which was nice. I told her, that I was taking a weekend getaway down to Pueblo. And she said, "Oh, wow, that sounds nice. Are you going with friends?" And I told her, "No, I'm going by myself because I usually travel by myself. I don't really have friends." She told me, as a male, as a guy, you have to be the hunter. That's what you're supposed to do, in other words. You want to meet someone and have kids and this and that. And the truth is, the way I feel, the way I see it, my experience, I feel like whenever I would interact with other people and, you get to talking with someone or someone you see on a regular basis, whether it's family or coworkers, whoever, and you explain to them your experiences, what you've experienced throughout your life, and the fact that you don't have friends, you don't have a relationship, and they make it seem like it's your fault that you don't want those things, that it's a choice. And it's never been a choice for me. I've always tried, but I've never really been successful in that area of my life. In fact, I never have, to be honest. It does hurt. I would have wanted different, and I'm still young. I still want those things. And I'm realizing who I am now. The fact that I'm trans, I know it doesn't make things easier for me. And the fact that I'm black. But going back to talking to my aunt, she was saying, you want to have some kids with someone and meet someone. And I heard my mom in the background say, or adopt. I guess my mom thinks that now, since I've been on hormones for 7 months, that I can no longer have kids, that I'm sterile. I mentioned to my mother that I did store sperm prior to starting HRT. I don't know if she remembers. And we didn't talk about anything trans related. I talked to my dad for a little bit too, but I found out that my grandfather had been in the hospital and my dad didn't tell me. Also, my uncle is going to have surgery. I think it's brain surgery next month. My dad didn't mention that to me either. My mother did, but my dad didn't. And I guess my dad does this. I've noticed that my dad, he always wanted me to be open to him. You can tell me anything, basically, but there were just things that he wouldn't tell me, but my mother would always tell me. I don't know why. And I definitely feel that there is distance between my family and me since I came out to them. My aunt told me that she wants me to call her sometime. I told her, okay, I will. So I'll probably call her within the next couple of weeks or so. And I want to tell her about what's going on with me and who I really am. I feel like those who want to be a part of my life deserve to know the truth. I shouldn't have to hide who I really am from anyone in order to have a relationship with them. That's not a real relationship, I don't think. It's not a relationship based on truth. It's based on a lie. I called my grandfather last Friday, the day before yesterday, and we talked for a little while. He's doing better now. He's back home. I ruined his surprise. They were throwing a surprise party / family reunion for him coming up this summer, and I had no idea that he didn't know about it. But now he knows, thanks to me, my big mouth. I thought he knew, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to ruin the surprise. But we talked, and he said, you're always my number one man, and, but as much as I would like to tell him the truth, who I really am. I don't really know how to do that. I don't know if he'll understand. And I would really like to see him this summer. But I don't know if it's going to happen. I would like to see all of my family. I haven't been there. It's been 8 years. 2011 was the last time I was there. And I'm different now. Maybe I look different. But I don't want to hide anymore from anyone. I feel like those who want to be in my life deserve to know. And after learning who I really am, if they don't want to associate with me anymore, whether they're family or whoever, that's fine. That's not how I want it. Also, my younger sister, I've been trying to talk to her for the last 2 weeks now. I think she's going to school too and she's working. But there was, in fact, I'll look for it right now. She sent me pictures of her and her husband. They just celebrated their 1-year anniversary. They went skydiving. I'm afraid of heights, so I would never do something like that. But they did. She sent me some pictures of us when we were kids. I don't know if you can see these. That's me in the background there, and that's my younger sister. I'm about 3 years old at the time in this picture. My sister, I think she's only about a year old. And that other one, I know there's a glare, I'm sorry. That's us in Key West. There's me standing with my hands up. I was trying to act like New Edition from their video, If It Isn't Love. That's how they started off their dance routine. And there's my mom, and there's my sister and me in the background. That was Easter Sunday, 1989. In that first picture, I asked her if she remembered taking that first one. She said no. I said that was in Iceland back in 84 or 85. And she said, but we used to be really close, and I want to establish that relationship back with you. Just know whenever you need someone to talk to vent to, or need someone to laugh with, I'm always here for you. I'm going to call on you in a little bit. And I replied back, yes, we were close at one time. Likewise, okay. And she never called me back. She never called me, period. Then later on, she sends me a text. Honestly, I've been feeling really bad lately. The ways of the world is starting to take a toll on me. I'm tired of seeing good things happen to bad people and bad things happen to good, etc. And I answered back, yes, you and me both. I want to live for as long as I can, but just remember that we are only in this world for a short time. Heaven is where good people will spend eternity, and only good things happen there. Then I asked her, are you referring to something specific? I don't know if it was something that happened at work or that's going on with her family. I don't know. She never answered. Then a couple days later, I tried calling her. It went to voicemail. I left her a voicemail. Then she texts me. They call me Junior because I'm named after my dad. Hey Junior, sorry I can't talk right now. I'm doing my hair and trying to do homework. And I answered back, okay, don't be a stranger. Then she says this weekend is her husband and her 1-year anniversary, and we're going out of town this weekend. But I'll be sending you pictures, etc. We're also going skydiving on Saturday. And I said, nice, happy 1-year anniversary. I'm afraid of heights, so I could never do that. Even going on the roof at mom and dad's scared me a little. Then I said, I guess I'm not much of a thrill seeker after all. But she hasn't called me. And I'm wondering, is it because she doesn't have time? Or that she's grieving the loss of her brother, her older brother? I would rather have them be honest with me instead of saying that, yeah, we'll call you, we'll talk to you, and this and that. We love you, and I need action. Talk is cheap. It really is. Actions speak louder than words. So, in a few weeks, I'll be pushing on to Nevada. As of right now, I have no place to live out there. I don't have work. And I have to be very selective on choosing a place to live. Preferably, I don't want to live with a lot of guys. I would rather have a balance between male and female. Also, telling them that I'm trans, how's that going to go over? So far, it hasn't really gone over well. And I can't really afford to live on my own. It costs too much. I don't know. I want to leave Colorado eventually. But I want to have all of that in place when I do leave Colorado. You know, today is an important day for me. I lost my best friend on this day back in 2005. It was my dog, Snowball. I was away at college at the time, and my dad called me. I had just come back from my internship. I was interning at a recording studio, working with the band Death Cab for Cutie. They were working on their Plans album at the time. I'm actually on that record. I'm not playing, but as an intern, my responsibility was to build fires, sweep floors, get coffee, etc. And the fire that I built, they mic'd it with an SM57 microphone, and they used it in one of their songs called Different Name for the Same Thing. It's in, I think, the first 20 to 30 seconds of the song. You can hear that. It's like a crackling noise that you can hear in the background. That's the fire that I built. And it's on a platinum selling album. Last time I checked, that album sold over 1 million copies. Never got credit for it. But I have my own music that I'm trying to focus on, but there's just so much going on right now in my life, it's hard to. But I'm more concerned about finding a place to live than I am finding a job. And most tenants, they won't allow you to rent there if you don't have employment. But it's hard to have employment prior to moving to a new town or city. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do, how things are going to work out. But I do want to leave where I'm currently at. I don't regret my transition. I realize that it's a fact of life that I'm transgender. I want people to accept me, especially loved ones. But I can't control how other people think or feel. I can only be responsible for my own actions and how I treat other people. I want to live in a society that accepts everyone, regardless of their differences. Because we all have a lot in common. We're all human. We all want to be happy and loved. I would like to play a song for you, but I don't really think I'm quite ready to. But I have my guitar here. How dare me show up with my guitar and not play anything for you. I'll try, okay? But if I mess up, please don't be too hard on me. This is a song that I wrote back in 2013. I'll play some of it. I probably won't get through all of it, but it's called Forever I Will Wait. What I would do to spend a moment with you, lovely lady, so sweet and kind. Forever I will wait for you. It might take a lifetime for a dream to come true. Do, 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 do. So sweet and fine. Forever I will wait for you. It might take a lifetime for a dream to come true. And that's some of it. I'm about to head out now and enjoy the day here in Pueblo. The weather is supposed to be nice. It's going to be in the 50s today. So I'll go out and probably get something to eat and enjoy the day. So to all a good day, God bless, and don't be a stiff.